Oh, there it is. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Nathan, thank you so much for the 2 gifted memberships to Daniel and to Copano. So, please say thank you to Nathan. So for anyone who is a member of this channel, you will get 24 at least 24-hour early access to my videos. I say at least because it kind of depends on when I get the video done. If I get the video done Friday afternoon, I will release it early to members and have it posted on Sunday morning. If I get the video done by Thursday evening, then I will have it go live Friday morning and to members, and then have it go public on Saturday. So with how things are working out, it's sort of an at least 24-hour early access. That seems to be going really well. And it's a really great way for me to connect with, with my, biggest supporters. It's really nice, I am finding, to connect with you guys in the comments underneath my new videos. It's really something that I haven't really done before. And I think it's something that I've been wanting to. Oh my gosh, you gifted another membership. Thank you so much, Nathan. Really, really appreciate it. Trying to gift it. I noticed that in YouTube, it's random who it gifts the membership to. There you go. You got it. It's basically gotcha. But thank you for the 3 gifted memberships. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, it worked. It worked. It says Beth was gifted a membership. Thank you. But I just want to say that your the memberships that you guys give me really do help me out a lot. It really helps me out a lot. So the types of things that this extra few dollars will cover are unexpected canceled lessons that I will have, usually every week I have at least 1 cancellation. It's actually very rare that I have a whole week where I have no cancellations. And I feel unfair to charge my students when they have like a medical emergency coming up, or like they have to go and take care of a loved one. So I know what it's like to be in those situations, and I'm always very grateful when I don't have to be charged. So this is my way of paying it forward. However, it does make it a little bit difficult to predict income. The other thing that this also helps cover is if I have to take some time off, whether that's for vacation or if I'm sick, this kind of like monthly support really does help me out. It really does like make it less of a burden for me to like worry about. So yes, it's true. I am married to someone who also has a full-time job. So like you could say that John is my fallback. However, I am a little bit too prideful of a person, and I really like to know that I'm actually making my own living too, that I am truly contributing as a partner to my shared life with John. It's a pride thing. I know it's a pride thing. I just have not put down my pride for that yet. I might have to reconsider it if I ever have children. We will probably have to reconsider how full-time I go. But for now, just wanted to let you guys know that this is it's big. It's big to have you guys support me like this. Oh, I just heard my heater come on, so I'm just going to turn that off really quickly. All right. So, But yeah, did I say hello to everyone? Beth, Nathan, Pauline. Hey, Pauline. Daniel Capano, Victor, Midnight. Hello, how are you? Um, so yeah, green name gang. Yeah. So everyone who has a green name, is a member. So thank you so very very much. Um, I oh, let me see. How how do I like view this? This is so cool. Um, viewer activity. Wow, my viewer activity is some things are eternally broken. Anyway, that's just on my end. On your end, it's fine. But yeah, so I think let's get my flute out while I guess like update you guys on kind of where I am. Part of this is just to for me to process where I am right now as I go into this practice stream. So the Nagahara mini video has been doing very well. It has confirmed my suspicions, which is that y'all are a bunch of like as big nerds as I am. So I have tried to do the more like trendy type of video, like, I was a flute professor for 2 weeks, or like, um, like why my Asian mom like lets me be a professional musician. Very like trendy kind of like topics and stuff like that. Guys, my most viewed videos are only two types of things. It's either a tutorial or it's a review of some sort. So like it has to be like about something, an instrument, a gadget, you know, etc. So, and those are the types of videos that I really enjoy making. I think in terms of a tutorial, that I've kind of put behind me now. I'm more interested in reviews. So I was doing a little bit of like analyzing my channel this weekend, and I realized that okay, this is nice. All of you guys are as large of a nerd as I am. You guys just really want to watch the absolute nerdiest content, like the nerdiest content that normally, like in, I think, expected, um, like like YouTube predictions. I personally, looking at other channels, would not predict that those would be the most viewed videos. But by far, my most viewed videos, like instantly, are the videos about an instrument, like a review, or like this video, which is how I acquired an instrument. Very nerdy and wonderful. So yeah, I think you guys are a very niche audience, and I love it. It means that I don't have to do the trendy things. Um, so Sean, with regards to getting a new mic, why don't you ask me in lesson? We can talk about it. And but I don't know when I'm going to make it, but I have been asked enough times about tech gear that I was thinking about making a video. I've prepared it too. I haven't filmed it, but I have prepared a write-up of a video about tech gear. So I was thinking of posting that one day, although I don't think that's going to do as well as my like flute and flute gadgets videos. Um, Edgar, thank you so much. Hey, uh, is Edgar Teo? Is that right? Thank you so much for the blessings from Mexico. Thank you so very much. Um, yeah, yeah, Beth, you're absolutely right. You have to be true to yourself and your interests. Your audience will find you. Yep. Amir, Amir, you are here. How are Oh my gosh, I saw your comment under my video and I was just like, oh, hugs. How are you doing? Pauline, I'm a super proud nerd. Yeah, me too. Me too. Proud super nerd, that is. Yes. Um, let's see. Yeah, trends get old anyway. Technique and knowledge are forever. Yes. Good, good. I'm glad you're doing okay. Good. Hey, Michael, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I was very pleased to find that because I had a feeling the Nagahara mini video was gonna do very well, which like normally seriously for other channels, if that type of thing was posted, probably would not get a lot of views. But you guys love it. So I'm very excited to keep doing it because that type of content sort of makes itself. For at least to me, it makes itself. And there's always going to be new gadgets. There's always going to be new flutes. There's always going to be new stuff. The other thing that I am considering doing, just to kind of like fill in all the blanks that I feel that I have on my channel, one huge blank is that I have never reviewed my own flute. Like, so, you know, the only thing of how you guys know how I play is really just, you know, scraps and bits from my other reviews and also from my practice streams. So I do see that as a huge gaping hole in my channel that I should fill soon. So I was thinking of doing a stream soonish where I review my own flute. I think I mentioned that in the last stream too, but like I feel like that's a big gaping hole, and I think you guys would really enjoy that content. So, all right, enjoy your time with your guest. Thank you for dropping by and saying hello, Michael. Let's see. So, Amir, you're preparing piccolo parts on Beethoven's Ninth, Fourth movement, and Holst planets Mars and Jupiter. And why is it kicking your butt right now? That is fantastic, though. Yeah, and you have 4 months. 4 months is a really long time to prepare for something. So, like, that's good. That I'm glad you have a lot of time. But yeah, so I'm really glad that you guys enjoy my nerdy content because I think in the end, that's all I really want to do. And I've always felt this pressure to like do the trendy videos or with the trendy titles and stuff like that, the clickbaity titles. And it's like, no, I don't think that's my brand. And like doing the trendy stuff just doesn't even get views. Well, they get views, but not a lot of views. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be true to myself and do what clearly I do best, which is be a nerd. So yeah. But yeah, so that review, the Nagahara mini review, as Michael is saying here, is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific. I do like the idea of doing these types of streams on a Tuesday because I do intend on making a about 10-minute highlight, like stream highlights video for this Saturday coming up. So it's going to be sort of like a 3-parter little mini series. Basically the intro to the Nagahara mini was the video that just went up. Then we're going to do a live review, and then I'm just going to take the best moments from it and put it into about a 10-minute video for this coming Saturday. So that will give me at least Wednesday and Thursday to edit it. And if I keep the editing simple, I notice that I can churn out a video in about 6 hours. So that's the hope. That's the hope. If I don't finish it by Thursday, I'll at least finish it by Friday. And then that can go up for channel members on Saturday and for everyone else on Sunday. And I figure that you guys are fine with that, you know. So Mandy, hello and welcome back. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. I hope you've been well. So what's my favorite song? You mean on the mini piccolo? I don't know. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. The Nagahara Mini has been an interesting like situation for me. I don't think that I've actually put my heart into the instrument for a really long time because I was so wrapped up in what happened with the whole backup piccolo video. So everything that I just talked about in that video, I was like, oh, you know, like there were just a lot of like not so great memories attached to even acquiring the Nagahara Mini that I just, as much as I love it, I never really put my full heart into it. So I never really did like a true exploration of the instrument, even though I did trial it, but it's not, I haven't done my own personal, like true exploration of it. So tomorrow is the time to not only try the instrument, but also figure out what type of music that piccolo is really good for. So, yeah, yeah. Uh, you're going to cosmetology school, Mandy. That is fantastic. Wow. And you do it after work Monday to Friday. That's crazy. Yes, the Nagahara Mini has a low B. So if you want to go back to my video that I made, I do give a close up to it. You can see how much longer it is, and it does go down to a low V. Yeah. Yeah, Nagahara is very, very famous. Very famous high-end flute and piccolo. Well, they don't like to call it a piccolo. They call it a mini because it essentially is a mini flute. But you know, at least in the flute industry, it is marketed as a piccolo. So yeah, Nagahara is very, very famous. So, and has been very famous for a very long time. But yeah, so I'm just really glad, just wanted to say that I'm really glad that y'all are a bunch of nerds just like me. And it is fantastic that I don't need to, I was sort of running a few tests basically over the last month of uploading videos. I was like, what catches people's attention? Is it really the same stuff that has caught your attention, you know, 5 years ago when I was doing this more regularly? You know, because I was looking at my old analytics and seeing what types of videos get, you know, get views and stuff like that. And I was like, it's all the really nerdy ones, like really nerdy ones. And I'm like, normally this type of video would not get all those views, but like, you know, I'm not sure if that's still the case now. So hope you guys don't mind. I was running a bunch of tests on you guys to see what would get the views. Yeah. Okay, I should get started though, so that I don't run too late afterwards, because I do want my full lunch break. So let's move on to our practice little setup here. Okay, I do need my earplugs. So one earplug for the right ear. For those of you who are tuning in afterwards or for the first time, these are Loop Experience Plus earplugs. They are a little bit on the pricey side, but I got it because they have the earbud attachment that goes from extra small to, I think, extra large, or at least large. And I have a very small ear canal, so like there's more limitations to the types of earplugs that I get. I have to get ones that are made for small ears or have at least like an extra small size. Before I got these Loop Experience Plus, which was recommended by a student of mine, I was using the rather unfortunately named, or fortunate depending on your perspective, named earplugs. They are called Eargasm. And I'm only going to say it once in this stream. But yeah, I personally I like the, like that worked really well. Fantastic, because they had ones that were actually made for small ears. But I personally find that this one looks really cute. And two, it is actually a little smaller, which is even more comfortable for my ear. So I don't get that like ear canal strain and pain from putting in an earplug that's too big. So yeah, this one is an extra small. Anyway, let's raise. Okay, there we go. Make sure it's not getting caught on anything. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right. So, Andrew, wow, thank you so much for that note. I always find it really crazy when you guys tell me that you guys have been watching me for so long. Um, I hope life has been treating you well and that you've been enjoying the flute this whole time. Since 2014. Holy cow, 10 years ago. Oh man, even I was a baby back then. So good. Okay, so you guys keep having fun chatting. For anyone joining in, you want to share a musical triumph, success, or high highs, or even low lows. If you need some support, we're here. If you have music questions, flute questions, go ahead and ask. This is a great place to find other nerds who want to talk about it. If you have a question about what I'm doing, I will check the chat for any questions on what I'm doing in between these items in my practice list here, which, by the way, the practice list is also available in the video description underneath this live stream. That is for people who need a narration to read it out for you, because I understand that not everyone who's listening in on the stream can watch the stream. So I just wanted to make sure that that is in an accessible place for you guys. Okay, so first we are starting with harmonics on C, and we'll just see how things are going. I can't really gauge exactly how I feel right now because, truth be told, John and I are still pretty like tired and stressed from his skin acting up. So I don't know how much tension I hold right now. We're about to see. So here we go. Oh. All right. Definitely getting used to the high notes. I just realized that I left all of my cleaning implements upstairs. So we'll go get that maybe after the Della Sonorite. So when I was coming down into the middle register G, I pulled my lip back way too far. So that's why it wasn't coming out. So I think I still need to work on actually pulling the lip back. That is not really pulling it back, but like relaxing the lip so that it naturally pulls back from the opposite edge of the lip hole. So I want to come down again and review that. Okay. Also, I do want to go grab my cleaning stuff. So give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll put you guys on the break screen and I'll put a little ad for you guys. So give me a second. Hello, hello, I am back. I hope, Jane! Oh my gosh, hi! How are you? How is life? Hugs. Okay, so, let me clean my flute. And then we'll head on over to Della Sonorite. Good. I'm glad you're okay. Good, good. I'm glad you can join us and, you know, as a little escape. I think that's what I've been wanting to do with these streams and with my videos. I just want it to be a space where you guys can escape and, you know, just have fun, forget about the world, forget about everything, just be a nerd. Amir, thank you so much for joining the stream, and I can't wait to catch you again. See you later. Yeah, I think with all the things that are going on in this world, I think it's really important to like create safe spaces. And yeah, that's what I really want to do here. So with that said, let's head on over to some long tones. Well, tone work, that is. We are doing interval jumps throughout the whole range with one bass note. So we are on page 18, number 20 in Marcel Moyse's Della Sonorite. So the bass note here is high D sharp, third register D sharp. And then we are going to be jumping to every other note. We are going to start with tonguing. That is the first articulation that we need to do. We need to do 4, and this is the first one. So let's do this. So what's interesting here is I was having trouble around the middle register G again. So it's very clear that I'm not really understanding where to put my lip there. So I'm going to work a little bit around there. Okay, getting a better feel. I am noticing I'm going slightly backwards sometimes. Like, I kind of brainwashed myself into doing my lip manipulation backwards for a really long time. So I think part of it is that I'm wanting to stick my lip further out actually for the G. But then when I correct that, I tend to overcorrect it because sometimes you can hear it cracking low. So I think in an effort to overcorrect my kind of backwards lip manipulation, I think I'm pulling the lip back too far. So good to know. Okay, so we will now move on to the second articulation, which is to slur from the bass note to every other note. So here we go. A little bit of tension in the jaw, which is making it harder to relax the lower lip. So I want to try a little bit of those lower jumps now. Yeah, I don't think I ever really noticed how much, like, if you have tension in your jaw right here, it can actually prevent, at least for my face, it prevents my lower lip from relaxing. Gold Scatola. Gold Scatola? Are you an Ocarina of Time fan? Are you a Legend of Zelda fan? You love the Ibert Concerto so much. You're working on it currently. It's so fun. It really is. I'm sort of at the point where I need to just drill it and get the repetitions in. Cause I mean, you know what I mean, right? Like it's one of those things where it's like notes are freaking all over the place where you just have to like get it under your fingers. Are there muffles for the flute? No, that is why I wear earplugs. I'm muffling my own ear. So no, as far as I know, there are no muffles for the flute. Good question though. Okay, so let's update this for next time and move on to circular breathing. So we're just doing a little bit of circular breathing. We're not working on it very seriously. I just want to keep doing it a little bit every day, just so that I don't push it off to Kingdom Come. So let's do this. Heading down to circular breathing. So doing it on my hand first. Okay. Took me several tries to get it so that I wasn't like opening and closing the back of my throat or the back of my nose around there. So this is going to be interesting to do it on the flute. Good enough for today. Good enough. Okay, let's move on to more Marcel Moyse 480 exercises. We're doing number 305 today. Now, technically speaking, if you guys were to read his preface to this, he does actually tell you to do 12 of these exercises a day. I have tried it before. It takes approximately anywhere between half an hour to 45 minutes to do so. The thing is, I only have an hour to practice a day just because work. So that is why we only do one exercise a day. And you know what? No one, okay, technically all of you guys can hound me, but if anyone hounds me, I'm not going to listen. I don't care. This is what I have time to do, and I'm just going to do it like this. So, and personally, I have found that even just doing one exercise a day has been extremely helpful for my technique, just like dexterity of my fingers and stuff like that. It also helps me feel like I'm doing something different every single day. And it sort of tricks my brain into thinking it's learning something new, even though we're just doing technique. It's a lot of the same thing. There's a lot of overlap between all these keys and all these patterns. So you will find yourself returning to like pretty much the exact same pattern sometimes, depending on what exercise you're playing and what key you're playing in. So anyway, I thought I would mention that because I feel like I don't know if I've ever actually, or maybe I mentioned it a long time ago. I think it, you know, it's a good time to kind of like remind ourselves what the original intent of this was. So we're doing 305. Looks like we're in, let's say C, C sharp, D, E flat, E harmonic minor is what we're in. Okay, that sounds fun. So I guess I should swab, and then I'm just going to quickly review the scale, and then I will do these. Essentially, they are half scales in thirds. So that's going to be fun, starting from the lowest possible note. I think technically he wrote this not thinking that we would do this on low B, but he has that written for certain keys that use a B sharp. So, okay, let's do this. Oh, thank you for the water reminder. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, a lot of repetition of the same patterns in different keys. Exactly. So very similar to the Makare. Is that even how you say it? Exercises? I've heard of those. I think one of my students showed me that they have that book. That's awesome. Okay, shall we? Let's do this. still getting used to like up in the top. I'm still getting used to sticking my lower lip out while resonating the note further back. It feels like a stretch. It feels really weird and I'm still not used to it. But when I do it, you can hear that it like the sound just pops. Okay. Good enough, good enough. Okay, so I will caution anyone who is watching me do that. So you will probably have noticed that I lifted my pinky off of the low E. Now, be careful because if you do not change the tone color and the tuning, the like the angle of the airstream, it will not sound correct. So I will demonstrate this without changing the tone color or the direction of the airstream, so the angle of the airstream. So with pinky, and then without. I think you guys can hear the difference, right? So what I do, due to the fact that I have such small hands, so sliding around between E to C, low C or low C sharp, low B, is very, very difficult. So, however, if you get very adept at changing the angle of the airstream, I usually go down a little bit, and then also widening and kind of like flattening your airstream, you get a richer tone, and then you kind of put it back in tune, and then it will sound indistinguishable from the E with the pinky. So I will demonstrate that right now. So with pinky, and then without, but changing my embouchure. I can still hear the tiniest difference, but in context with other notes, can't tell the difference. So just wanted to put that out there. I don't want to hide what I am doing. This is a bit of a hot topic on amongst a lot of flutists. There are some flutists who think that you should always have your pinky down on the low E. Others are like me who think, well, if you can mask it, doesn't matter because no one's going to be able to tell. Plus, if you can get really used to just changing the tone color like that, then it's more reliable rather than sliding around, especially if you have small hands. If you have large hands, most people with large hands can slide around the pinky between the E natural and the low C or any of the foot joint keys fairly easily. But for those of us who with small fingers and small hands, it is a little bit of a nightmare. So being able to mask it like this can allow you to do a lot. One of my teachers was of the opinion that if people can't tell what you're doing, like if they can't tell that you're cheating, then you can cheat. But if they can tell you are cheating, then it either has to be for a very good reason or you should not do it. So, yeah, this is one of those cases, basically. Yeah. Thank you for thank you guys for being so receptive to the explanation. I love this. Yeah. Yes, Michael is also correct that you do have to stretch your pinky out a little bit for the low B on the piccolo, but because the piccolo is so small, it doesn't really feel like that big of a stretch at all. Yeah, on the flute, it feels like a huge stretch. Yeah, so you exactly, you can do the grease thing. What I find though is that if your hands are small enough, it's still not enough to guarantee a clean change between the two notes. So if you want to guarantee a clean change between the two notes, if you have small hands, okay, this does not apply to you if you have large hands. If you have small hands, then if you want to guarantee a smooth change, then you got to lift your pinky, but get used to basically like manipulating that E to sound indistinguishable from the version with the pinky on. Yeah. So it's very dependent on from person to person. Thought I would just put that out there. Yeah, these small hand, small body issues, I notice tend to happen to people who are around 5'2", 5'3", and shorter. So 5'3" tends to be what I notice to be more or less the cutoff. So anyone who's between 5'3" to like 5'6" are sort of, it depends on just how long your limbs are. So like if you happen to have shorter limbs, but be like still 5'6", or you happen to have smaller hands and you're 5'6", you'll still have these problems. So 5'3", I've noticed that at least from kind of like working with a ton of people, it seems to be around 5'3" to 5'6" is sort of your gray zone. Don't know if you have small hand or small limb, issues. If you are 5'3" and below, you will it's almost guaranteed, like 99% chance that you will have these small hand problems. I noticed that 5'6", 5'7", and above, you don't really have these issues. So yeah, all just things to think about, just to make sure that you guys know that what I am doing is not law. It is not the way, the truth, and the life of the flute. Okay, it is not. This is just what works for me. So you guys know I'm short, okay? Yeah. Yep. See, 5'3.5", exactly, and you have small hands, exactly. So like, if you're between 5'3" to 5'6", I noticed that it's like, it really depends on if you just happen to have smaller hands, if you happen to have shorter limbs. Yeah. So there you go. I do notice, I've noticed now for a while that I have a very large number of people who watch my videos who are short. I think it has to do with the video that I made about the modifications that I have done to my flute as a short person. I really need to, that is another gaping hole in my channel, is I have to make an update video to that, because I do different things now, but also because I have small hands. So there you go. Your daughter's fingers are an inch longer than yours. Genetics failed you. No. Anyway, you guys keep talking. How do you measure the fingers all together? Oh, well, like, it depends, right? Because you have to look at the actual finger length versus how big your palm is, how short is your thumb compared to, like, where is it placed on your hand, like how short your thumb is compared to the rest of your fingers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of variance that can go into hand sizes. So you have to kind of like try things out and figure things out as you go. But yes, you can also count it with your toes. There you go. That's insane, Jane. Something skipped a generation, didn't it? Okay, I'm going to continue these exercises, but I thought that I would pause and tell you guys what is happening. Thank you for the water reminder. I thought I'd pause and let you guys know that what I'm doing, just so that people don't look at me doing this and then think that that's just the way you're supposed to do it. There is a very specific reason why I do it. Okay. So anyway, let's keep going. I will also show you guys something. Okay, we're gonna go to my gaming setup so I can show you guys what I'm looking at. You will see that I have handwritten sorry, there, I'll use this microphone. You'll see that I've handwritten this bar in here, because if you look between these two, this bar is clearly missing. So if you guys are following along, if you guys have your own kind of situation here, just want to let you guys know that there is actually a missing bar in there. Okay. All right, so let's hop on back here. Hello. Sorry, this is giving me a little bit of a headache right now. Come on. Okay, there we go. It wasn't listening to my F11. Okay. Let me scroll back down to 305. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. A little bit of saliva. Woo! We did it. Flute and go. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Wondering if the type of flute, the brand is a factor to consider for I guess for Flute and Go. This is your stage name as a flautist. That's great. I love it. Pertaining to tone. Absolutely, yes. So what the flute is made of will tend to favor a certain tone color. So, you know, with the wood, you get more of like a woodsy edge to the sound. Gold tends to favor a more like round airstream shape. So that means that, you know, going richer is fairly easy, actually. Now, silver flutes tend to play already like this. So they tend to, like this is sort of your mid-range tone color sound. This is the shape of the airstream for silver flutes, mostly. So, you know, if you went flatter and wider, you'll get an even richer sound. And then if you just go more circular, you'll get that hollow sound pretty quickly. So like, it just kind of depends on what airstream shape your mouth tends to favor. You'll notice that you respond like more easily on some materials than others. So in terms of tone color, the type of flute absolutely has it is a factor in that. Also, the cut of the lip hole, you know, even just how the rest of the flute is constructed can also affect how a flute sounds. So, yeah. Absolutely, yes. But so there's just a lot of variables in flute playing, and it is super fun. Super fun to figure out what works for you, what works for other people, what makes us all unique and wonderful, you know? So, hey, that's fantastic. So you have a production company called Flute and Go Music Productions. That's so cute. Such a cute name. I love it. That's fantastic. All right, so we are going to continue. We're just drilling more of the development section in the Ibert. So I do see I only have 20 minutes, so I really need to like put my head down and get stuff done. So the next one to practice in 480 exercises for tomorrow will be 438. So we will do that. Wonderful. Okay, so we are going to, yeah, I think we're going forwards now. I've been going forwards and backwards alternating days just to kind of trick my brain into thinking that I'm drilling something different. So it looks like today we are going forwards. So let's get her done. So definitely some parts my lips are not moving where they need to go. Definitely middle register for some reason is my Achilles heel today, which is fine. It happens. You're never the same from day to day. So just got to make sure that I don't overcorrect. I think I'm pulling it back too far. Okay, one more time. Oh, thank you. Okay, better than the first time around. I think I can take my time a little bit more on the second descending riff down. So Flute and Go, you have a PAL Signature B flute, which you bought from the PAL company when you made a visit in 2011. Fantastic. You were able to experiment with various lip positions until you found the perfect tone. Yep, that sounds right. That sounds right. That's great. Jane, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you can hear the difference. All right, here we go. Sorry about the very flat D flat. Whoops. I do want to just review the beginning of this section a few more times, because I think compared to the other sections, I didn't actually repeat the beginning of this very much. So I'm just going to do the beginning like 2-3 times. I do have to take a breath there. I need to not take a huge breath after the first long A. Then I need to not let my lip retract too far when I'm going from high E flat to C. Okay, cool. So what I did there, just repeating that first section there a few more times, this will happen to anyone. If you have been drilling certain sections for long enough, your fingers do get used to it. And then by comparison, other parts that felt like they were easier before, but by comparison, you have not done as many repetitions on them, they won't feel as good anymore. So it's kind of like practicing is sort of like a constant game of like gauging which parts need more repetitions, and then you're kind of constantly like reevaluating, like, okay, which part needs more repetitions, which part needs more repetitions, and those spots will change according to how familiar you are with each section. So that was me just like evaluating that section and be like, no, I need to get in more repetitions in the beginning. I could tell that was just not as steady as the later bit of that section, which used to be harder, but now that I've done so many repetitions of them, it's a lot easier now. So Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we are going to continue. Second section here. Okay, a little bit more repetition in the beginning of this. Yo-kun, you noticed? So, I normally play the hammer Kirby. If because we were playing one of the Kirby games that came out. You know the multiplayer one, the like really chaotic multiplayer one. So I used to play, I would always play Hammer Kirby every time. I don't know why. It's just, it feels good to me. These two and the Pichu are gifts from our old roommate, John and my old roommate. So the three of us used to live together and we would play Kirby, we'd play a lot of Super Smash, and then we would play like Mario Kart. So John's signature character to play in Smash is Pichu. My signature character to play in Smash is Kirby. He found these little guys for us one year, and yeah, he gifted those to us. So now they're on my shelf. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I play Smash. I do play Super Smash. I'm not good, but I did have to practice and actually learn how to dodge and shield when when we were living with our roommate, because he and John are very good. So playing against them forced me to actually learn how to dodge and shield for the first time in my life. So, you know, there are some things I definitely learned from playing against them. Anyway, we'll do a few more repetitions in the beginning of this. We're going to go over time a little bit, guys. Okay. Okay. So we're going to repeat the last section now. Last repetition. All right. Okay. Feeling pretty good. I think I still need to drill the development. I know like it's incredibly like it's like, wow, Joanna, like really? Still? Yes. Evaluating how I feel about it right now, I still need to drill it. I think at least 2 more days before we reevaluate to see if I'm ready to move on to repeat the the recapitulation, to drill the recapitulation. I can feel it. I need like at least 2 more days. So we're just going to keep doing this again for the next 2 days. Feeling better though. Everything is feeling better. I know time is up, but I'm just going to very quickly do a little bit of my fun stuff. so which is Genshin stuff. Allison, welcome back. It's been a while. How are you? I'm so glad you dropped by to say hi, and I hope you enjoy the video. It seems like a lot of people liked it. So, Yokun, you're a beginner flutist, but you've been a sub since 2016. Holy cow! We've got some long-time viewers here coming to drop by. I'm really glad to catch you guys. How have I been? Not bad. Right now, we're going through another big flare. John's skin is flaring again, so it is admittedly quite exhausting and painful on his part, and you know, a little bit of having to slip back into old routines to like make him more comfortable. But however, we are functional, so we're doing okay. We're functional. And so yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. You guys are probably noticed I'm not as chipper as I have been in the last couple of months. And that's really why. And I'm just not hiding it. I'm just not hiding the fact that I'm tired. And in fact, actually, I kind of like this calm version of me. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to just be calm and chill, you know? So, thank you, Allison. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's do a little bit of fun stuff before I go, because I should really go in at least like at the very most. I really need to sign off at 12:45 my time. So in about 6 minutes. So let's just get a few fun things in. Okay, I can reliably get that high C out without winding myself. That's good to know. Let's move on to Lava Galette. Lip needs to be more forward. Okay, I'll take that. I wouldn't say that that is my favorite tone that I have used for that song, but you know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Considering that I am tired, and you know, like life is not very comfortable right now. It's not bad. You know, I hope that YouTube implements the like finding out how long you've been subscribed. I know that Twitch has something like that, but not I think it's not, at least it's not built into YouTube as far as I understand. I think however, if I think like play with the like Streamlabs whatchamacallit, like commands, I think you can. But I haven't had time to look into that right now. Ben, hello. Hello, hello. How are you? What did you miss? Oh, just the skin stuff. John's skin. Yeah, we're not the most comfortable right now. And you know, we're losing sleep, catching up on sleep. You know, the healing process is very slow. And it is what it is, you know? So, and we're about, I want to say, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but I hit a really low point, like mentally. But I still made myself stream because streaming makes me feel better. And those 2 days, 2 weeks ago, were really tough because I was kind of seeing us fall into a flare again. And I think just mentally I was resisting it. And so it made me very depressed for 2 days. And then by the third day, I was like, I had accepted it. It's like I had given myself time to go through essentially like all the stages of grief, because I was sort of grieving how comfortable we had it and how nice we had it for a little bit, even though his skin was still not at 100%. It's just like the quality of life was just so much better when his skin was on a break, but it's flaring again. And yeah, for those of you guys who want more information about it, exclamation mark TSW into the chat, and my bot will spit a website out for you guys to peruse if you guys want to learn more about the condition. The condition is not a disease, it is withdrawal symptoms. So that's why it's cyclical. There'll be a flare and then break and then a flare and then break. So we're currently in a flare right now. Oh boy, Victor, is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And I'm glad that I could play the flute on your birthday. So there you go. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. You know, if you guys aren't asking about it, you may notice that right now I'm not like volunteering a lot of information about kind of where we're at with John's skin. I know that we all hope that his skin can get better quicker rather than slower. I do understand that. However, that's just not really how it works. And so like each flare usually lasts somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks. So, you know, I can't just keep every day telling you guys that like, oh, it's still bad, you know, it's old news, you know. But since you guys are asking how I'm doing, I'm not gonna lie, you know. So whenever you guys ask me how I'm doing, that's when I'm gonna give you guys an update of how we're doing. However, if I'm like especially tired or something like that, I will definitely let you guys know, because I'm more so letting myself know before I practice. It's always good practice to be aware of where you are mentally, physically before you start practicing, so that you have more kind of like a a realistic expectation for how you should treat that particular practice session. You know, like if you have a lot of energy, you're well rested, I think it's fair to expect to get something done. But when you're in my state, when you're like sleep deprived, catching up on sleep, you know, mentally, emotionally exhausted, you know, just play the flute for fun. Just do it for fun. You know, if you get anything done, that's bonus. That's how I'm treating all these practice sessions right now. So even though technically, yes, I got some good stuff done today, I didn't expect it. It's just not something that is on my plate right now. I don't care. My like bottom line right now is to show up to stream because I love streaming, and to show up to play the flute because I love the flute. That's it. So, yeah. Yeah. Would send me your time machine, but it's tied up at the moment. Ben, thank you. I get to speed through to get through the next 4 weeks or so. It's been going on for about 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks. So I'm expecting that this flare is going to go on for at least another month. Yeah. So, I've been very fortunate and very blessed to have met someone else who is going through this. And we've been able to keep in touch about once a month and to just kind of talk about the experience, and to have someone who knows exactly what we're going through without a full explanation has been an absolute godsend. So, you know, I want to let you guys know that I know that we're not alone. And I am receiving support for this. So, and you guys are also part of my support. So thank you. Thank you for telling me to not lose track of time, because I totally did. I love you guys so very much. You guys are great. You guys keep me on track, and you guys love me and love each other. It's fantastic. I'm so spoiled. Well, take care of yourselves. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, because there is no music without the musician. So, love you guys. See you later. See you tomorrow during our Nagahara mini stream. So that's going to be super exciting. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.